All right, welcome to our next video here. The objective is that students will be able to solve multi-step equations with a variable on both sides of the equation by using the distributive property, combining like terms, and solving. Basically, the goal here now is that you can solve any single variable equation that we give you. And by single variable, like this only has n's. So we are ready to solve this. Before we dive in, though, let's make sure we understand the best possible approach. The best possible approach is to first simplify both sides completely. Let's look at this side first. Negative 6n minus 20. There's no distribution that needs to be done there, and there's no like terms I can combine. So this side is actually already simplified. I don't need to simplify this one. This side clearly needs to have some simplification done to it, right? There's some distribution that needs done, then I'll have to combine some like terms. So before I can begin to solve, I have to simplify. So let's simplify this side. That's going to start with distribution. 4 times 1 is positive 4. I have to distribute to both terms. 4 times negative 3n is negative 12n. I didn't use this negative 2n, so it's going to come straight down. I didn't use this whole side of the equation, so it still equals negative 6n minus 20. All right. Sorry, the writing's a little sloppy. I'll do better on this next line, hopefully. All right, this side, the right side of the equation, is still not fully simplified. It's not fully simplified. I have like terms. I have a negative 2n and negative 14n. Remember, I cannot combine with this over here. All right? That's on a different side of the equal sign. You can only combine terms that are on the same side of the equal sign. So I have a negative 2n and a negative 12n. That combines for negative 14n. I didn't use this plus 4, so it comes straight down. And I still have negative 6n minus 20 on this side. All right? So I have negative 6n minus 20 on this side, on the left side here, and it equals negative 14n plus 4. You'll notice now this right side is also fully simplified. I've combined all the like terms, and I've done all the distribution. So now that I've done simplifying, I am ready to solve. And now it's just like we did in the last video, where we had the variable on both sides. Again, it doesn't matter which one you get rid of first. I prefer to get rid of the smaller one. What's smaller, negative 6 or negative 14? Well, that's negative 14. So to get rid of a negative 14n, I'm going to add 14n to both sides. All right, these cancel. Only thing left on this side is 4. 4 is equal to, what's negative 6n plus 14n? That is 8n. I didn't use this minus 20. It comes straight down. And look, we made it. I'm just going to rewrite this over here. I'm going to draw a line here. Just rewrite this so we have some more space. We turned this into a two-step equation of 8n minus 20 equals 4. So now it's just, can I solve a two-step equation? The answer is definitely yes. I know I need to get rid of the constant on the variable side first. The constant is a minus 20. So I add 20 to both sides. Those cancel. I get 8n equals 4 plus 20, 24. Last step is to get rid of the coefficient. The coefficient here is 8. Coefficients represent multiplication. Get rid of multiplication. I divide. These cancel. I'm left with n equals 24 divided by 8 is 3. All right, so we took that big long mess and simplified it down to find n equals 3. Okay, hopefully these are not overwhelming you. It's your turn to try on the UDO, so go ahead and pause and solve. Okay, hopefully you just finished solving. We'll go over the UDO a little quicker. You can see that this side is already simplified. This side is not simplified. It's going to require some distribution. So let's do that. 8 times k is 8k. 8 times 4 is 32. So this side simplifies to 8k plus 32. I didn't use this. Okay, now both sides are simple. There is no combining like terms that needs to be done because both sides are already simplified. can draw my line down if I want. And so now I can solve. I can get rid of either this positive 7k or this positive 8k. I'll get rid of the smaller one, positive 7k, subtract 7k from both sides. Make sure I'm lining these up. These cancel. Get 38 equals 8k minus 7k is just k, or 1k, plus 32. So what is this saying? Sometimes it's helpful just to think about what's it saying. It's saying k plus 32 equals 38. So what number plus 32 gives me 38? Think about it. Hopefully you thought of 6. Well, how do I show that mathematically? I want to get this k by itself. Subtract 32 from both sides. These cancel. And we get k is equal to 6. There's no division that needs to be done at the end here because k doesn't have a coefficient. I guess there's an invisible coefficient of 1. But when you divide by 1, 6 divided by 1 is still 6. So it doesn't matter. All right? Get k equals 6. All right, I'm on example 2. This time I'm going to have to simplify on both sides. So this is going to be a pretty long problem. I'm going to have to distribute on both sides here. It looks like 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times negative 5 is negative 40m equals. I got to simplify on this side too, so let's just do that. Negative 4 times 6 is negative 24. And negative 4 times 8 is negative 32m. All right. This one's actually not too bad because both sides are already simplified. There's no combining like terms that needs to be done. I'll draw an arrow, a line down here to keep this divided. Now I want to make it so there's only variables on one side. To do that, I'm going to get rid of either the negative 40m or the negative 32m. It doesn't matter. As long as your math is correct, it will work out. I'm going to get rid of the smaller one, which is negative 40. Add 40m to both sides. Notice how I line up my variables. I do the same thing to both sides. These cancel. I'm left with 32 on this side is equal to negative 24. Negative 32m plus 40m is 8m. Okay, so now I need to solve this two-step equation, right? I only have a variable on one side. It's 2 steps. I'm going to start by getting rid of this constant here of negative 24. It's a constant because it has no variable with it. These cancel. The only thing left on this side is 8m. And on this side, I have 32 plus 24, which is 56. And so we get 56 equals 8m. This is just a one-step equation. Now I got to get rid of the coefficient. Coefficients mean multiplication, so I got to divide. These cancel out. M is left by itself. 56 divided by 8 is 7. And I get m is equal to 7. So hopefully, the skills are really starting to compound here, and this isn't that difficult for you. You have to have the endurance to approach long problems. Speaking of long problems, here's a pretty long one. I want you to try it on your own. If you can do this, you can do it all. There was some spacing issues in your printout. I realized like this 4 and p were kind of disconnected. They go together. There was a weird space before the p's here. Just make sure that 4 and p, they go together. The negative 4 is a coefficient to the p, all right, before you solve. All right, good luck. Go ahead and solve on your own and come back to check your answer. All right, hopefully you're not too sweaty from thinking too hard about solving that question. Let's get to it. I will go through it quick because I believe at this point you probably know what you're doing and you just need. All right, on this side I need to simplify it. I need to simplify by combining like terms. There's no distribution that needs to be done. I have an 8p and a negative 4p. I'm going to combine those together to make 8p minus 4p is 4p. I also have to combine my constants. I have a positive 1, and a positive 5. They are also like terms because neither of them have a variable. 1 and 5 gives me positive 6. So now I've simplified that side. This side, I got a little bit more simplification to do. I got to distribute first. 2 times p is 2p. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Negative 2, distributing again, times p is negative 2p. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. All right, now I got to combine like terms on this side. I have a 2p and a negative 2p. Oh, this is where it's going to get a little complicated, confusing maybe. 2p and negative 2p. I mean, I just like to think about it as money. I have $2 and negative $2, right? Those cancel each other out. So there's actually no p's left on this side, right? Boom, they're gone. Those cancel each other out. So that makes this a little bit easier. But I still have my constants left, a negative 6 and a positive 4. Negative 6 and positive 4 make negative 2. I didn't use this side of the equation, so I drop it down. And look, I've got a two-step equation now. All right, so it wasn't too bad. We made it to a two-step equation. Breathe. This should be like riding a bike at this point. Hopefully, you all know how to ride bikes. It's an important life skill. Get around without a car. All right, so I need to get rid of the constant on the variable side. That's a positive 6. Subtract 6 from each side. I get 4p equals negative 2 minus 6 is negative 8. Divide each side by 4. These cancel. Negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2. All of that work simplifies down to p equals 2. Hopefully you feel pretty good about this now. You have some pretty difficult problems to work on the back of your sheet. Good luck, and I believe in you.